Wizzy here, and today we're going to be looking at the Nike Dunk Low Pro Reese Forbes 2002. Now, this is the latest pickup from eBay. I was really happy to find these. If you'd seen my previous videos, I talked about how I didn't think I'd ever get this pair. And I was looking at sort of, I wanted to pick up an older model, especially, obviously, it would have been amazing to get a pair from 2002. And these popped up. Now, they wasn't cheap, but they wasn't mad expensive. They are a used pair, but in absolutely fantastic condition. Now, what I will say is they look really dark on the camera. And I think the camera does pick up where it has sort of like dark aging marks on it. But in different lights, these look really light, and they are in actually fantastic condition. But let's start off with the box and then talk about these little bad boys. Now, it comes in your Meet Your Soulmates eBay box. I actually went to UPS to pick these up because I find them really annoying. They didn't have a time slot. They didn't show up on the day they were supposed to, and I didn't want these to get lost. Very excited about them, and also they're quite rare, I feel. So the box, the actual original box, is a little bit dinged up. It's sort of lost its structure quite a bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put other Nike boxes around to sort of hold this structure so it doesn't get damaged anymore, and maybe put a box inside. But yeah, it's really cool to see that Just Do It orange box. Nike Dunk Low Pro SB. This is the Wheat Twig June. UK 9.5, which is a US 10.5. Has the original paper in here. I'm not going to get it out. It's gone very yellowed. He'd also put a new paper in here, which is nice. Authenticity leaflet, and then I have the tag in there somewhere. But it did come with the spare laces. Now, these spare laces came in the Nike bag. It's really cool to have the spare laces with them, but I feel like they're exactly the same colour as the ones that are actually in the shoe itself. So they were literally just a backup lace, and it just states Nike on there rather than Nike SB to the shoe. Now, I've had these for a few days, and I couldn't help myself. I gave the sole a little bit of a clean up. I put images on. I didn't go too heavy on it because I didn't want to damage it. I'm not an expert when it comes to cleaning shoes, so I didn't want to damage these, so I just went really lightly on the bottom of the soles, and then I covered the tops because I didn't want the suede to get damaged. Now, there is some dark parts, mainly where it's on the sort of rub areas that would hit things, and I went over that slightly with a Rejuvenator eraser. It lifted it slightly, or some areas it removed it more. I didn't want to go too heavy with that because I didn't want to damage it again, but what I did do is spray mink oil into it to give it that nice conditioned sort of freshen up. Now, like most people have said in any review of these, the suede on this is absolutely fantastic. And what is really interesting, because around this time when there was the earlier releases of the Dunks, I wasn't financially able, or in that point of my life where I could go acquire these. Obviously I was very young, and then as I got older, I didn't have the money for stuff like spending it on shoes. So recently, obviously, I've got into picking up quite a lot of the Dunks, ones I wasn't able to get, newer Dunks, just general Dunks that I like, and I will review them and tell you that they're like a nice suede, a nice nubuck, a nice leather. But when you compare it to something like this, they are completely worlds apart. I know that this is the one that is really known for having great suede, but the quality from this to a newer pair is just insane. And it's really nice to see that sort of contrast between, and that is another reason, apart from the history and that sort of like nostalgia, why I got this. Now, when it comes to the older SBs, you have that older sock lining. It's really soft, it's really nicely padded, but what you always see is you'll see a great condition outer, and then it'd be trashed in here, and you can really feel and see how that would be. It's so easy to damage and create the holes in there, and what I would love for someone to do is a review just to say how to neaten up any holes that occur on any type of shoe. But luckily these have no holes. It has a slight crease where this is obviously when the foot has been pushed in. It's very soft and supple, so you know why that's going to happen. I've got to be very careful when I take these on and off. Old school tongue, nice big padded tongue. It's just got Nike on it rather than Nike SB. Doesn't have that little lift up tab that they have on the modern day Dunks, and this is made in China rather than Vietnam. The actual sock liner where it meets the insole, I don't know if it's picking that up, is quite messy compared to newer ones, but again, these are the early stages, and the actual elastic on this is over the piping rather than tucked under and a bit more hidden on the newer pairs. But again, who cares? It's a beautiful shoe. What I would say is really good style life on this, hardly any heel drag, and it's a soft condition, so I can still wear it, no cracking, no separation. I think the thing that's taken the most sort of damage or deterioration over time, so you've got the insole, which had that old graphic where it was like the foot on it and then it's had the Zoom Air, is actually that air unit. So that is very flat, quite firm. It's not going to work as a cushion anymore, and it obviously has that sort of discoloration from age. But when it comes to even modern day Dunks, I switch out the insole to put a footprint orthopedic insole in there, just because I prefer the comfort of that, and I like to save the text or pattern or design on my Dunks because I'm sad. But the actual shoe itself, it looks really dark on camera. It's a lot lighter in real life. The wheat colorway, fantastic. Obviously you had the Reese Forbes wheats, the Danny Supras, the Gino and the Moulders. List of what I think I liked the most out of those four, it would be the wheats, Supras, Gino and then Moulder. Mainly because I found the Moulders to be quite boring. It's just a white Dunk. Not that I would say no if someone wanted to offer me a pair. The Ginos, again, plain because it's just a majority black, but it's very wearable. Supras, fantastic colorway. I would actually prefer the highs of those anyway, but very hard to wear. It's quite a bright color, isn't it? And then you've got the wheats, very easy to wear and lovely materials. Now I also have another eBay pickup which is from 2002. It is a later release that I will be doing shortly, but this was just a little quick breakdown of this eBay pickup. Great pair, and what I will be doing is comparison video between the 2017 and the 2020 pair, just to do with like structure and like slight changes and stuff. This is obviously a lot more more stubbier. I know that you've got that age sort of lift on the toe, but this is so comfortable. I'm so glad I went for my Dunk size of a half size up, because they fit perfectly and I'm extremely happy with this pickup. But yeah, let me know whether you want me to do that review of comparing the two, whether you want me to go into more depth of the actual shoe itself. But yeah, thank you for watching, and let's just go turn on feet of these bad boys. It's Woodsy out.